Hello and welcome to another edition of the Hill and Ponton Veterans Video Blog. I'm here today as Matthew Hill.
Carol Ponton.
And today we'd like to talk to you about the difference between Social Security disability and Veterans Disability. They're two systems administered by our government, and they seem very similar, but once you get down to the details, they are not. Just kind of as an overview, we look at Social Security, and it's very much a black and white system. It's you're completely disabled or you're not.
There's no partial, there's no 90%.
Right. Whereas VA, there's just so many more layers in that it's you're service connected or not, but once you're service connected, then it's the rating is rated at the extent of the severity of the disability. So you could be 0%.
According to the VA regs, which is totally different from Social Security.
Right.
The Social Security is not interested in 10, 20, 30. Social Security wants to know, what are your physical limitations? How far can you walk? How long can you stand? How long can you sit? How long can you concentrate? And they put it all together, and you are either disabled or you're not. Okay,
Right.
and it's kind of crazy because you think, wait a minute, this government over here at Social Security said I was disabled, but this government over here at the VA said I'm not. So what do you do about that?
Right.
You have to first realize they're both using different rules and different regulations.
Right. So let's say that I think what Carol is getting to is a person or a veteran who is completely disabled, and he's acknowledged that through one system, Social Security, that he is completely disabled, but then the veterans system does not. Veterans disability gives them 70%, 60%, 80%. That situation, we get veterans all the time who come to us and say, hey, look, I can't work because of my back, my back and the radiculopathy it causes, and Social Security's paying me, but VA will only pay me 60%. And so those are cases that are unemployability cases through VA is what the veteran should be applying for. But they need to recognize that just because Social Security is giving them 100%, it's not like they can sit back and rest and say, oh, this is going to be a shoo-in.
Right. The proof they use for Social Security is pretty much irrelevant, even though it's not supposed to be, but it is because of the way that the VA regulates and rates people. Okay? So I see one going from one to the other and think, why doesn't it work? It's because you need to figure out what are the rules. What is it that Social Security wants me to prove as opposed to the VA? Okay? Social Security really doesn't care how far you can bend. Okay? Unlike the VA.
Well, and what's frustrating there is Social Security is really looking at the restrictions you have on your ability to earn an income to actually work.
And they don't care where it came from. They don't care
Right,
how you became
right.
disabled, but they're looking at the whole picture.
But VA, they say that they look to how restrictive the disability is on your ability to work, but then as Carol was saying, if you look at when it comes down to it, how they judge it, the back, for instance, they care how far you bend forward, not how long it keeps you sitting down or how long you're in pain or how little work you can do. So it is a little frustrating in that even if the overarching principles are supposed to be the same on why they grant one and not the other, it is frustrating.
It is very frustrating. But once again, it's not something you should drop, because if you're entitled to 100% from the VA, then definitely the Social Security, I don't know what's going on with Social Security, but you need to figure out what is it that I'm missing in giving them as far as proof. Okay, you shouldn't give up. And remember, you're entitled to both. There's a lot of confusion out there that people think, well, if I get Social Security, then I can't get VA. Okay, regular Social Security disability, regular VA benefits that are service-connected, you can get both.
Right.
If you're getting one, you probably should be getting the other one.
Exactly. Well, another nuance is when a Social Security disability decision is based on one service-connected disability and a non-service-connected disability, sometimes veterans automatically think that, well, I'm not going to be 100% for VA because the reason why I'm not working is both of these disabilities. And that's not true. If you can't get to 100% through VA just through the regular scheduler and you're not working, if one of your service-connected disabilities has a lot to do with that, you should still apply, because the VA is not allowed to deny you because the Social Security Administration says you're not working due to a non-service connected disability.
Right.
So that's just, unfortunately there are more than one reason that you can have to not be able to work. So just because your back is keeping you from working and that's not service connected, but your migraines are service connected and they're not keeping you from working, the VA has to look to those and see if the migraines themselves wouldn't keep you from working.
And remember, not everybody knows what the law is. I have a lot of people tell me that Social Security connected me for my back, and therefore I can't get VA because it's really a pulmonary problem. Well, they have a very severe pulmonary problem, and that alone would keep them from working. So you need to realize not everybody knows the law, and so if you're entitled to these benefits, you should appeal and go forward and give them the proof.
And to expand on what Carol's saying, not everyone knows the law. Unfortunately, there are plenty of folks in the VA who do not appreciate this concept. So the further you appeal, the more likely you are to get somebody who understands the fine details, the nuances of the law. Well, thank you for tuning in. This is Matthew Hill and Carol Ponton, and this is the Hill and Ponton Veterans Video Blog. Thank you so much.
Thank you.